Well, hi everyone. I'm John Retlin with the retro review of WWE Judgment Day 2000, sponsored by Army Men World War by 3DO. Remember the 3DO system? It was shit. It was also discontinued in June of 1996, so about 4 years after the fact, they were still making games for it, just not making the system, or something I won't understand, because the 90s had a glut of systems that were not that good. The 3DO was like the Atari Jaguar. 64-bit system, my ass. I actually had friends that had one each, and the 3DO was shit, and the Atari Jaguar was fucking shit. But you know what? This isn't about video games. It's about 2000 WWE pay-per-view. They were steamrolling the fuck out of WCW by this point. WCW just could not catch its breath at all. It was like just choking on the exhaust, being left in the dust, all that shit, and I'm reviewing WCW 2000 as well. I'm regretting that, despite the fact that a lot of people are really enjoying the reviews. And thank you for tuning in for this. So, this was built around Triple H and Rock having an Iron Man match. And it was in Louisville, Kentucky, Freedom Hall. And my God, this was loud. Really goddamn loud. This crowd was super goddamn loud. Quiet during a few times, a few parts of the Iron Man match. But to be fair, an hour-long Iron Man match is hard to pull off. But the crowd was invested in this whole damn show. So, what do we do to start off this pay-per-view? Start off hot. Do we start off with a match? Nope, we start with the McMahon-Helmsley regime, that is, talking backstage, like you would see on Raw. And Vince says, sure, it's Judgment Night, or Judgment Day, not knowing what his show was called. Peak Vince. During the Attitude Era, when Vince could do no wrong, despite doing a lot of wrong during the Attitude Era. JR and Lawler on commentary, and we have the Headbangers beating up Gerald Briscoe, who was a hardcore champion, because somebody thought it was a good idea to take this old hack and turn him into a champion. Yes, I know that the Hardcore Championship is just seen as a ridiculous prop by this point, but Gerald Briscoe, he's a fine tag team wrestler, and that's it. That's all he ever fucking was. I didn't really care for this. And by the way, we don't start again with the match. We started with this, and then more talking. Kirk Angel, as Jericho will call him, talks about, since teaming with Edge and Christian, he's a hit with teenage girls. Okay. I mean, hey, he didn't go as far as Lawler did, but he then talks about staying abstinent, staying clean, and following his three eyes. Early Kurt Angle was weird. He was so aloof. He really made it work. So, and we have Edge and Christian and Angle impersonating the Jug Band, wearing false teeth, wearing the buck teeth and all that stuff and everything, or mocking Kevin Dunn. I'm not really sure. No, that's unfair. The fake teeth that Edge had were better than Kevin Dunn's teeth. So, they're impersonating that, doing the whole 5-second pose for the benefit of those with flash photography. And then we have Angle and Edge and Christian versus Too Cool and Rikishi. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't really great, but it was fine. At one point, Grandmaster Sexay's pants fell down. Well, he needed the belt to hang around a little bit later. So we get Kurt Angle getting the stink face. Ring bell behind the ref's back because Christian had been using that since Backlash 2000 when he busted X-Pac open. Oh dear. And then after Edge had Rikishi covered, the ref was distracted. Leg drop off the top from Grandmaster Sexay, coming from way up high and crashing down. And then Edge got pinned 1, 2, 3. So, and then they dance, they do their typical thing. We get Shawn Michaels being interviewed. What will he do as a ref? He's the referee for the Iron Man match coming up. And then we get Eddie, Chyna, and Dean talking to each other. Dean basically saying it's between all three of us, me, Saturn, and Eddie, you stay out of the way. And then Saturn, literally just off camera, confronts Dean. And then we get Eddie with Chyna versus Dean Malenko versus Perry Saturn, European Championship 3-way. And Dean Malenko was the light heavyweight champion at the time, so he had a chance to become double champion. He did not become a double champion. The Radicals explode. Gross. And it was fast-paced. It was well done. It was not the greatest triple threat ever, but it was pretty good, especially for a secondary title. And Chyna interferes in a Mahistral Cradle, 1, 2, 3. And Eddie retains championship, as he should have. Briscoe is in the bathroom, gets spooked by his own reflection, and punches the mirror. That shows the level of intelligence that Gerald Briscoe has. So then we get Shane versus The Big Show. Falls Count Anywhere match or Interference, the musical. Thank God they didn't put music in this. It would have been rather hilarious, but they did not put music. They did not do that thing. Boss Man, Tess and Albert. Trish tried to interfere and then got tossed on Tess and Albert. And Bull Buchanan. They all interfere. And then some speaker boxes get pushed onto Big Show. And then Shane hits him with a cinder block that almost shattered right in his goddamn hands because it wasn't an actual cinder block. And then pins Big Show 1, 2, 3. And I think this is the last time we would see Big Show for a bit, as he would go off of TV and go to Ohio Valley Wrestling and then return, with hopefully a renewed push, but renewed enthusiasm and everything. And he actually had a pretty good showing in the 2001 Rumble when he surprised everybody, came back, eliminated a couple people, and choke slammed everybody in the ring and everybody in the arena. So then we get Briscoe with some refs. They were going to try to pin him while he was in his sleep, because that's how Briscoe pinned Crash Holly. Oh God, this is going to lead to the evening gown match for the Hardcore Championship at King of the Ring 2000. You guys are going to want me to review that, aren't you? Just go ahead and answer in the comments. I bet you guys are going to want me to review this so you can watch me blow a goddamn gasket watching Patterson and Briscoe make an embarrassment of wrestling in 2000. No matter how good they may have been during their career, that match was embarrassing. I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'll save it for the review that you will inevitably want me to do. So anyway, Jericho and Benoit, Intercontinental Championship submission match. Easy for me to say. Submarine match. You know what? I would have preferred it being on a submarine. There were stairs, submissions, neck targeting, the Benoit special, in other words. And then Jericho targets the knee of Benoit because he had a brace on. Benoit has a crossface. Jericho's face is turning blue. If only he had tapped. See, the ref should have been there in June of 07. Anyway, I digress. Benoit wins because Jericho cannot answer because he's passing out. Daniel couldn't answer either. Moving on. Briscoe then, I have a hard time watching Benoit matches without just thinking, is that it? Is that what did it? Is that what did it? I know some wrestlers have done a lot. It still makes me uncomfortable. Briscoe then attacks two vendors that seemed like they were going to take the title from him. We then get the Dudleys versus X-Pac and Road Dogg with Tori. Not Tori Wilson, the other Tori. It's like the stepsister Tori. She wasn't bad. She just wasn't really utilized after 2000. It's a tables match. And it's all about putting Tori through a table. That's what Bubba wanted to do. After being screwed over by DX and stuff like that in subsequent weeks or in previous weeks. Here's my question, though. It's a tables match, a tag match. Why would you have tag rules? Just let everybody go at the tornado tag style. That would be more fun. Nope, we had to drag this out with normal tag rules. It was dumb. The idea, you had to put both teammates through a table, so X-Pac gets powerbombed through one. Then Road Dogg and Bubba just decided to throw the referee through a table, because why not? And then we get Road Dogg going through one. There's no ref, though. Briscoe then interferes. And there's a ref. The ref's starting to come too. But what happens is X-Pac attacks Bubba after Bubba got low blowed by Briscoe when he tried to powerbomb Tori off the top through a table. X-Pac with the X Factor through a table. And the ref wakes up and just determines that the Dudleys lost. Okay, cool, whatever. Then Briscoe gets a 3D through the table, which, watching Gerald Briscoe get the shit beat out of him, knowing the idiot that he is, makes me smile. So, the three girls talking about, Judgment Day, and now I lay me down to sleep, and all that, and everything, Oh, who could it be? It's Undertaker's return, by the way, in case you haven't seen this pay-per-view, or you just lived under a rock and totally forgot, or you endured head trauma, then I'm sorry, I feel for you. But it was Undertaker's return. But that was during the end of this match that would happen. This was just, what in the world's going on? Rock versus Triple H, Iron Man match for the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels is a special guest referee. Vince, Shane, and Stephanie all sent to the back. They would not appear at all and interfere one bit in the match, except at the end. This is a long match. I'm not going to go through every single thing. I'll go through every fall, but I'm not going to go through every move. I mean, the first fall was about just over 10 minutes in. Rock bottom, Rock goes up 1-0. Second fall was a lot longer. It didn't happen until about 15 minutes later, where, Rock had focused on Triple H's leg, and Triple H had focused on his shoulder. So they both had body parts that were worn down. Pedigree, and Triple H ties it up. And then, we get Triple H with an inside cradle after, Rock's still loopy from the pedigree, and so he's up 2-1. Then he hits a pile driver after they'd gone to the crowd and done a whole bunch of stuff. And 1, 2, 3. So Triple H is up 3-1. Fifth fall, DDT. We're at about almost 20. We're just about 20 minutes till the end. Rock down 3-2. Sixth fall. steel chair from Triple H causes a DQ, so they're tied up, but then he gets his feet on the ropes. Shawn Michaels doesn't bother to even just slightly look up, and Triple H goes up 4-3. And then a sleeper hold, Triple H has Rock busted open, and Rock finally passes out, so he's up 5-3. And then we get Rock pedigree and Triple H on a table. It doesn't break. And then we get, a count out, and Triple H is up 5-4. People's elbow. And by this point, Shane and Vince were out there, and it gotten slugged off the apron. And they didn't land on the apron because as we know, it's the hardest part of the ring. And People's elbow, 1, 2, 3, so it's tied up 5-5. And then DX is interfering, this kind of stuff. Oh no, what's going on? And now I lay me down to sleep. Pray my soul is mine again. Now, deliver to all evil. Now back from the dead, or something like that. It just said back from the dead. It's Biker Taker, the debut of Biker Taker. The crowd loses their motherfucking minds. Watch this back, and man, I miss pops like that. I mean, yes, there's currently no crowds at any of these wrestling shows. I just miss pops like that. And I know there have been bigger pops like that since. I'm just saying, this was really... it hit the nostalgia spots. But Taker just returning. I'm going to say something controversial. I actually like Biker Taker. I didn't think the Biker Taker run was all that bad. Now, I'm not saying it was that great, but I think that it was better than some people give it credit for. Was it different? Was it a departure? Yes, it was. So, Taker interferes, takes out everybody, hits X-Pac with a one-arm choke slam, just wipes him out, just, goes to choke Stephanie out. They wanted to see her get her ass kicked, even in 2000. Which, to be fair, Stephanie kind of deserves that, because we know the kind of person that she actually is. Philanthropy is the future of marketing. It's the way brands are going to win. Meaning that all the charities, all a bunch of bullshit, which we all knew. But they were all marketing and everything. Feel bad for the kids, feel bad for the wrestlers that are trying to do good. Anyway, you know what? Enough of that. Taker just wipes everybody out. He hits chokeslam on Triple H as Shawn's coming to. He's got him in a tombstone and hits the tombstone as the time's expiring. But Shawn saw him hit the chokeslam, so decides to declare Triple H the winner 6-5 since Triple H got attacked. It's a DQ win for him, so he wins, and Taker's staring down Shawn, taping up his fist, ready to punch him out. And wait, that was Mania 14. And then we got cut to black after a little bit. Rock's pissed, and Rock would win the championship later at King of the Ring 2000. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to review King of the Ring 2000 at some point. But anyway, guys, look forward to more retro reviews, as I'm really just doing anything I can to get my wrestling fixed, because the modern product is very hit and miss. Anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.